That would have caught you
Yeah,
off
I
guard.
just got.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that would not have been okay.
Yeah.
To
What's
talk
up, everybody?
about laser-related information like that. That would
Of course. Yeah, that's what we talk about before the show. Lasers.
always.
Welcome
Like, hey,
to
what was that dot size? 0.08, am I right?
hey, this guy knows.
Damn near killed her. Anyways.
Welcome to Laser Source Podcast. #1 podcast if you damn near killed her. It's your 0.08 spot size.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Gotta be this big.
You guys are getting the trio today. Got a lot of people in chat. I love to see it. Thanks for
Would you call it the
live.
Trinity, or would people flip out?
People probably flip out.
They did in the YouTube channel that one time.
Yeah, I do remember it like it was yesterday.
I don't believe that the Trinity should be used and called on when discussing lasers.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry, that was my bad.
Yeah, but we're here. We're here.
I'll raise my hand on that one. I think I coined that.
Pretty much.
How's everybody doing? Matt, I'm glad you're back. That's 2 weeks in a row now. No explosive diarrhea this week.
No, I wasn't here last week.
No, you were. Was last week the week you missed?
Yeah,
and
I
then you were here, and then you missed
here.
one before
so
that.
I had to go to a conference.
Your ass is just on and off and on and off. Like
it's like a light switch, you know.
Pick a suppository and stick with it, my dude. You know, you
like a hot dog down a driveway.
Actually, the suppository that I chose, that's actually their go-to phrase. Stick with it. And
Miranda wants me to introduce her new male pet fish. It's a beta, and his name is Tina.
How many betas does she have in that house, Alex?
Just 2. That's a good one.
That was good.
I consider myself more of a delta.
Yeah, only one is a fish.
Anyway,
so last week I went to, God, we are off to just a start. Last week I went to a conference where I had to go and I delivered a training to 206 people. So that was really fun.
Wow.
And it actually went so well that they just contacted me today. They were like, hey, man, we heard you did a good job. You should do that for the whole 3,700 people in our thing. And I was like, all right.
So you have something in that grungy old head that they think 3,000 people need to hear.
I doubt that many's going to show up, but I'm sure that they'll turn on their cameras and then probably eat a yogurt or something. And they'll be like, I'm here.
That's good. Like without pants.
I mean, is there any other way?
No.
So anyways, yeah, so that was cool. That was nice to have the validation that, like, hey, you can still do training. So that's nice. Nice. And then here's a fun thing. So I did some laser stuff. I made some really cool signs. Kyle actually helped me come up with making sure we measured things out, rounding corners and light burn and stuff. Made these signs for free for the schoolhouse. Took them to the place. And they got trashed by the custodian staff. So probably $100 worth of acrylic, MDF.
Did the school pay for these?
I donated them because it was kind of materials that I've had from other jobs where you know how when you do a job, you'll order a sheet and then you've got some left over.
So you made a bunch of signs for the school, you donated them, and then the janitors threw them away?
Well, it's not a school. The people from the staff at the hotel did. Yeah. So the hotel staff basically trashed it because they didn't know. So because we don't have a physical school. So long story short, it's one of those things where we got there. And my principal was like, I am paying you for these things. So sorry that this happened to you. Please make these again for us for next year. And we will make sure they don't get trashed.
Damn.
So yeah, that was brutal.
That's an oof.
Yeah, so that was one of those things. I didn't bother me at all because, do you know how much stuff we throw away? When you mess stuff up and you just throw it away and you're like, whoops. Yep. To them, though, they were they had these, so it was white MDF. Then it had gold acrylic that had been, cut and, I made sure it was nice and polished and put it on there with 3M. So, it looked really dope. And they just were the lady was, almost in tears because she was like, I am so sorry that this happened. I was like, it's okay. It was leftover stuff. But so anyways, it was fun. But yeah, man, all in all, it was a good win. And I'm back.
Good. I hope that you're back for at least a couple weeks.
Solid 35 minutes. I'll be here. I'm gonna kill it.
Good. I'll take 35 minutes. Take what I can get.
That's fair. I
That's
love how
good.
Miranda just said LMAO.
Yeah, she thinks it's really funny when you call me a beta.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was because my stuff got trashed.
No.
Anyways, what have you guys been up to, man? Like, I wouldn't even, like, literally, I didn't even get back into the room, my hotel room last week until, like, I think it was like 9:30 when we got back. It was a long day. So what did you guys talk about last week?
Well, I fucking have no idea what we talked about last week. Do you know, Kyle? I don't know.
Was it the laser finder? Because that's what your name says.
Oh yeah, that's right. I made a laser finder. Did you see it? Did you watch the episode?
No,
No,
the
you don't know.
whole week.
All right,
The whole week I was gone.
I have some website stuff to show everybody today, so I'll talk about that when I do that. But I'm sure that wasn't the majority of our conversation. That was probably like 5 minutes at the beginning because I didn't know what to make the thumbnail, and then we tore off in some random direction as we do.
What?
Sorry, my puppy was barking. I didn't want to make you all go deaf.
Do you remember what we talked about last week? Matt's
We
asking.
talked about
Barely remember what I did.
The laser finder. We briefly talked about the R1 and R2.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, the R1. That's so yeah, I totally forgot. I made that the thumbnail for today. The Ortur R1. Did you see the thumbnail, Matt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is
beefcake.
Nope.
Beefcake.
Dude, it's so confusing.
It's Little Tykes.
It's like Little Tykes feels sturdier than this.
Oh.
It is. I'm trying to think of like I picked that truck because it's like the closest thing I can think of. It's not like Little Tykes is like thick. That's like 1/8 inch thermoplastic.
How thick is it?
Like 1/8 inch. Yeah.
That's not very thick.
It's thicker than whatever the fuck this is. This is like beach toys.
Yikes.
Plastic. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the world's cheapest injection molded plastic ever.
Is it like one-time use candy bucket for Halloween kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Like maybe just like a hair thicker than that, but like that's closer than saying Little Tykes for sure. One of the things that really stood out to me, I wasn't prepared for this, but let me see if I can pull it up really quick. One of the things that stood out to me a lot was
was it the pop-ups?
No, it's not the pop-up. I mean, the whole thing is just super janky. And before I just go on like a rant about this, hold on, I'm gonna pull my camera back up so everybody can see me. Before I go on a rant about this machine, it is $200. Okay, so you're getting $200 worth of product, probably less because I have to make money on it, right? So you're getting like $175 worth of laser, maybe. And I'm sure that it's not whoever engineered its fault. I'm sure that somebody walked into a room and threw a stack of papers on someone's desk and said, this laser needs to cost $150 to make it work. Here are the components you have to work with. And somebody did the best they can. I'm sure that's what happened. I can't fault it for the vast majority of the complaints I have about it because it is $200. My problem, and kind of the place I was going with the thumbnail and the title today, is like, is there a point where lasers are just too inexpensive? Like, so much so that they become cheap. And is that hazardous? Is it a waste of money? You know, because like it's cheaper, everything's cheaper, and that's great. People love cheap shit. But like, is there a bottom where when you like go below that threshold, you're literally just getting a piece of junk?
Yeah.
Even if it's made by, and I love Ortur. We talk about Ortur all the time on the channel. So I'm really not trying to make it like this isn't like a hate thing where I'm just like hating on them for making some piece of shit laser. I do that for plenty of other companies. Ortur's not one of them. It's just confusing for me to look at because I don't really know what to think about it when it's sitting in front of me and I've got like this janky toy thing. And I just don't know if lasers should be like toys.
Well, that's what Hackspit said in the chat a minute ago. He just said, either way, it'll still burn your eye out. And that's what scares me about low-end lasers is because I agree. I think people have like an expectation of like, oh, a couple $100 isn't anything that's really dangerous. but it'll light a house on fire. It will blind you. It will cause all kinds of problems.
When you make,
by the way, just saying,
when you make something super unintimidating that should be intimidating, there's this inherent like a false sense of security that people have that it goes over it. Like I remember in the early 2000s and late 90s when paintball guns were a thing, right? And like they were toys to some degree, especially the plastic ones you could get at Walmart. But like that doesn't make it a suitable thing for an 8-year-old to play with.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And this is kind of reminding me of that. Like
I guess to like sum up my feelings, I just feel like it feels like a gun made out of like Little Tikes plastic. I guess like if someone handed you like a gun made out of plastic, like it's cool that you did it, and it's cool that it only costs $200. I like things being accessible. I'm pro accessibility when it comes to that kind of stuff. But this is just like really weird. And one of the things I wanted to show you guys, so I've never seen a laser do this ever, but one of the really odd things about this machine is that it isn't just injection molded plastic. It's like single layer injection molded plastic. So you can actually see the like.
Can you make you the big?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oop. Sorry, Kyle. You can actually see like the grid out, like the
webbing that gives it structure.
Like the webbing. That's weird, right? Like when I first saw that, when I looked inside the machine, I was like, that looks awful. And like all the wires are just kind of like hanging down in the top. Like there's no compartmentalization at all to a machine this size, which I feel like is very strange for a machine this size. You know, you look at something like the Lumos or the F1, or one of the lasers I've been doing direct comparisons to this entire time has been the Algo Laser Pixie, which is a super high-end feeling machine. Very, very classy, sturdy looking piece of equipment that's only $80 more. And that's why I'm like, was it worth the $80 less to have like the Little Tikes laser? You know, I don't think so. I'm leaning towards no. And it might be a perfectly capable laser, and that's cool. But like that, this body is just so.
What's the workspace? All right, this is so tiny. Like, forget about all the other stuff that because you're not wrong with all of that. But like, what is it? What is the workspace?
It's like 100. It's like 100 mils.
Yeah, there are definitely machines for another $100 that have either the same workspace, but a little more rigidity to it. It looks like.
I mean, one of the weird things too, and I was talking about this with Kyle a couple nights ago, is that like, again, for the $80 more with something like the Pixie, it has like an entire onboard like controller and operating system. Like,
that's
how
huge.
is that? How is that only $80 more? Like, is Algo selling them at a loss, or is Ortur like way overcharging for this hunk of plastic? You know, I don't know. It's just really confusing. It's confusing and weird. And their claim to fame with this device is that it like folds into this little thing, and it's already tiny. You know what I mean? Don't get me right. It's like already very, very. It's like a bookshelf speaker sized. It is not big, and it folds in half so that you can, I guess, put it in like your backpack if you need to put it in your backpack. This guy's got it in his backpack. It's just weird. It's just weird all around. I don't really know. It's kind of odd.
Well, one thing that I can say is, especially with messing around with 3D printing for the last like 2 years almost, if they were to just add like another millimeter to the entire shell size, right? Like it would affect the base because it fits inside of the top, or the top fits inside the base. So even if they made everything just 1 millimeter thicker and they adjusted for size, like I feel like that would add a pretty significant amount of rigidity, especially with the webbing that already exists on the inside. I bet you that would make a pretty tangible feeling difference. But like you said, where does the cost balance come in? Because to do something like that, because this is injection molds cost big bucks to get done.
Yeah.
So like, did they just hit a point where they already retooled the injection molds and now like it's not cost effective to keep doing it, so they're stuck? Or like, we don't know, and understandably, like, companies just don't talk about that. But I mean, maybe it's one of those inefficiencies that they just got stuck, because like there's a pretty stark difference between the two.
Those look like the helmets from who are the two French guys?
The Daft Punk.
Yeah, that looks like the just like the Daft Punk helmets. I'm just saying, like, I could make laser stuff cutouts with those guys. Gear Ant says, "Wait a minute, is this a Galvo?"
No, none of these lasers we're talking about right now use
it's scanning
at all.
It's a suspended gantry.
Yeah, it's just a little suspended gantry in a little tiny housing, and I mean they're tiny. They're virtually identical in size.
I mean, what could go wrong with a gantry that you throw into a backpack? Nothing could ever get out of alignment like that. Right?
Well, this one, by the way, like I jammed the Pixie in my backpack when I first brought it onto the show. I don't know if you guys remembered, it was a few weeks ago, and I jammed it into my bag to get it here for that. So it did fit. I would say that the R1 has like an ever so slight size advantage, but it's, again, because it's made out of like 1 millimeter thick plastic and doesn't have a computer in it. This one just feels way more accessible, and it does so much more, and it's so much cheaper, and it feels so much nicer to hold. And I'm just like, is it the $80 is just super confusing to me. Bunny Washer is saying the Ortur R1 with the 1.3 watt IR for $400 is totally worth it, which is kind of, I guess, like one of the cheaper IR modules that I've seen, but it still feels like, what are you doing with 1.3 watts of IR? I don't know. And Directed Text asking if I've used the app yet. I'm assuming you mean the Ortur one, to which the answer is no. I have used the Pixie's little onboard OS quite a bit, though, and I'm pretty fond of it as far as, those kind of pieces of software go. I actually quite like it. So, but no, I've not used the Ortur app yet.
So, question about the modules, right? Because back in the day when you, even during Laser, when we did the series, we were using that enclosed Ortur. I don't remember the model, but
it was a Laser Master 2 Pro S2 or whatever. It was like the slightly upgraded model, yeah.
And I remember having a conversation with you about the different we've talked about the modules a lot. Ortur, that's kind of their like claim to fame, is they have the long and the short focus modules, and those have been around forever. But
their modules have modules.
Does their OG modules and their new modules work with the R1, do you think?
I don't know the answer to that. I haven't looked to see. I'm assuming probably, because let's see. So if I just go
that would be like an ecosystem thing, right? Like,
yeah,
there's definitely a benefit there. I mean, is it enough of a benefit to make it worthwhile?
One of the big problems that Ortur has with their wide selection of modules is that a lot of their electrical systems aren't compatible with the newer ones. So they sell like weird upgrade boards that you have to basically wire into the laser. Yeah, so they can handle the current from the larger power supplies needed to run them. I don't know if that's the case now, but it was the case when like the Off-Ferro Laser 2 came out. They introduced their 10 watt module back when that was a lot of power. But in order to use it, you needed to upgrade to a 4 amp DC power adapter. And then that required a special upgrade board because the wiring in the machine couldn't carry that amperage without like burning out. So there was like some kind of, hair in that ball. It was not as cut and dry as just like get the new module. And this machine, again, there's no real pictures of the inside of it. I just did an unboxing video that I'll show you guys eventually. I did all the top-down stuff, but a lot of it you have to be like looking straight into it to see. I haven't captured that footage yet, so it's not ready. But it just doesn't look like it you could. Anything bigger than this 5-watt module, I don't even know if it would fit in that machine, let alone be able to, carry the power required to run it. So it is a question. It's interesting for sure. It's interesting.
If you compare the 1.3 watt IR module to the 5 watt, the 1.3 watt IR module is actually pretty sizable, at least how it looks in the video too. It's like double the size
of the diode module.
Yeah.
That ships with it. Where's the video?
I was looking through the photos.
I definitely remember it being bigger. I don't know if it was that much bigger.
See, I wonder if they put this here for like Prime Day deals that are coming up next week, because like I think a week from today is Prime Day deals. So like you put it up here for $460, you get it set up on Amazon or whatever.
It is a good bit bigger, Kyle, and
it's girthy.
Jesus.
Direct to Tech. This is what I was looking for. Said I got the R module for the R2 and was told that it will work on the R1. So there you go.
Yeah, the combo for the R2, they combo in if you do the 1.3 watt with it, and it looks like they have the combo for the R1 as well. So like if you have one, you could swap it over to the other, I would imagine. Yeah. There's also, if you go to the laser modules page from the top under products, they have a 2-watt IR module, but they don't list it. I guess it's designed for the H20.
When they told me they were going to send me
something that wide, I can't imagine would be very effective inside something the size of the R1. It just wouldn't move.
Yeah, when Rhiannon was negotiating to get this for us, they didn't even mention it. So it just says for Ortur laser engraver. Oh yeah, here you go. Laser Master 3. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Laser Master 3. I own that. I could slap that on there. That'd be kind of fun for like some large scale stuff.
Like, is there?
I really like to get. I hope we get into the like 5 to 10 watt IR range. Would be like. I feel like that'd be
on that little guy.
I can imagine how big the module would be.
Just like laser diode lasers in general.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my god! You just stick a piece of plywood under there, an immediate fire starter.
Yeah, totally. No, but it'd be cool to like have that 400 by 400 bed to do something perfectly in focus on like a large scale metal item. I think that would be cool. What was that one, Kyle? Do you remember? I think was it Adam Stack was selling that laser that had a fiber laser source that ran a fiber optic cable to the diode head and like engraved that way.
They have a module like Ortur does, but I don't think they were doing a full-on source with a fiber optic cable.
Somebody had like a Rakis source attached to like a diode laser setup. It was kind of cool.
So Gearant just said, I love how companies send you stuff to review and you're like, guys, this machine is a piece of shit.
I'm the only channel on YouTube that you'll find that does it. And you know what? They're pretty graceful about it. I think they like getting genuine feedback instead of just a bunch of.
Well, I was going to say, like, working with Alex and Kyle for so long, like, the feedback that he actually sends is professional. But, like, if you sat here and went over it in the most boring fashion ever, it's like, eh. But the cool thing is, though, there's companies who listen, like the one that actually has bidirectional use now.
Yeah, we create. That was sick. I think they're working on bidirectional for the Visions too after pestering them, and I would really, really like to see that. That got me really excited. And
especially if the software can make your machine shine and make the value of it double, basically for no cost besides some programming.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah, it's development hours.
Yeah, I found it, Kyle. It is the Atom Stack MR20.
Oh,
it's a 20 watt, and it's got a fiber emitter on the end of it, and just like does it like a diode would.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool, and it's not even that expensive. It's $12.99. I mean, that's
so it's a gantry fiber. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like a gantry fiber. Yeah, exactly. And granted, it's only 20 watts. You're not going to be like cutting shit with this, but it's something.
if you had a directed air system, like if it has an air channel in it, that would be pretty sick.
I feel like it must, right?
I mean, you could run. I feel like with something like that, the fact that it's on a gantry, like with mine, I literally just have an air tube, like kind of
you could 3D print one potentially. Even I mean, I don't know how much I would trust that.
It's got like this. It doesn't really show it very well, and these pictures aren't very big. But you see this like little socket it's got on the side here. Kind of looks.
They look like a red dot alignment
shaped
things.
2 of them, one on both sides.
Yeah, if it doesn't have an integrated red dot, you would need to
have some type of like.
Oh yeah, look, it's got a little wire. You see there?
Yeah,
a little wire. I don't know. I don't know about air. I don't see any air hoses.
That's from the fine carving, sir.
Anyway, I just thought and this laser is not new. This has been out for a while, but I've thought it interesting for a long time, and I haven't really seen anybody else try to do anything like this. At least not that's made it across my desktop. So
pretty dope.
I'd like to see it. Direct Attack says my review of the R2 is the harshest I've done so far. That's unfortunate because I like the R2, at least from like a visual and handling perspective. I thought that laser felt pretty premium, especially compared to the R1.
Yeah,
especially it may be gated by the software.
Yeah, they fly the X-wing better.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, that's the I don't have a definitive conclusion to this rant that I wanted to go on tonight. I went on the rant, and now
that was a 26-minute rant.
It's just weird. It's just a weird. I don't know who it's for. I don't know why. Like, I get that you're trying to make a cheaper laser to reach customers that you haven't reached before. I can understand that part of it, but like maybe it's too cheap. Like maybe there is a bottom that you should be charging for lasers to make sure that we don't make things like the R1. I don't know. That's a question I'm posing to everybody else.
That's part of the problem too. Like when you look at their, like usually so this is a great question that DeMarco just asked about the X tool. Mm-hmm. Like the X tool, he said, I get that this is a long way from X tool, but why is there the hate for the X tool fiber machines? P.S. I don't know nothing about them. But the thing is, the use case, like most of the time machines that you purchase, like for example, X tool's line of stuff, the M1, it's like, hey, I want something that can cut things. Got it. Check. Here it is. I want something that can run some jobs in like bulk. Check. That'll do that too a little bit. You know, like you have a checklist of like why you buy the laser. And I think that's kind of where even on their promotional stuff, like we just spent 20 minutes looking at the website. It literally had, hey, it fits in a backpack. And then it's like, hey, you want to blind your kid? You can put it in his backpack. And the kid was like, you know, and so like, hey, want your kid to get in trouble for taking a class 1 laser to school? Here you go, kid. So that's, I mean, it's just, yeah, it makes the lighter ones, cheap ones get extra safeties. Make it like lighters is what Hackspit said. So to me, I guess like if you're really buying something to use it, the only thing I could think would be, it would be something to grab people to bring them to your booth because, hey, it's a laser that I can take in. But if you're in an internal setting, you now have a laser that's active, and how are you going to get rid of that smoke? How are you going to get rid of all that stuff? So that's my take.
A lot of the hate, the hate that I see that comes across from X-Tool, at least within the community and me poking around everywhere else, is a lot to do with the ecosystem, to be honest, because when you've worked with something like Lightburn, right? For example, just where it's super feature rich, you get the art tools, which XCS is actually pretty decent about from what I've seen. And you have some different stuff like auto rotation on repeat marks for Galvo. So like if you do multiple passes, you can change the approach angle, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they advertise Lightburn as compatible, but you lose out on 85% of the feature set because it's exclusive to XCS software. that's where a lot of people feel like they got undermined. So like, it doesn't make it bad hardware per se, but it's something that a lot of people felt blindsided about. So they weren't happy about it. But
yeah, agreed.
In general, I like X-Tools lasers. If somebody asked me, should I buy this $200 laser and start now, or should I wait 6 months and get like an F1? I'd be like, get an F1. There's no. I would have a really hard time justifying this to somebody.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at too. Like, if you're at a market, the F1 can do lots of different materials. Like Kyle said, the ability to use XCS, which is it's comparable to better programs for sure. And then the fact that it could be light burn, if you've got, how to do all that stuff and play with it and make it really do what it's supposed to do. But that's where, like, also just for the speed and capability of it, like, because just because it's portable, it doesn't mean it speeds up anything. So to me, like I said, it's almost like a gimmick where it's like, hey, I make laser stuff, and here's one that's running behind me doing something. Sure. Like if I was at an outside market, and then people could be like, wow. But you could also just have a monitor with like a video that you made of your lasers working that plays next to you for free. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, I don't have like a definitive closing statement about this. And I obviously haven't used it that much yet. So I'll have more to say about it once I do. Directed text make me a little nervous with his comments in chat, but we can circle back around to it later. But my initial reaction is like,
so is this coming to you in the future?
It's already here. It's here. It's done.
He's been poking through it a little.
Yeah, I opened this isn't. I'm not making these statements based.
I thought you said it was on the way, and you're kind of trying to figure out ahead of time like what you're gonna do with it.
Box is open. I did the whole overhead like box opening kind of stuff. That's all done.
Okay. In the literature, did it say make any suggestions about how to use this machine or like?
No, dude.
What?
Come on, it's Ortur.
I know.
It's in Chinese.
I'm hoping, as a guy could wish.
Yeah. Well, that's my first thing. My second thing is about the website. So unless you guys have something else you want to bring up before
I will bring up one thing. So just thinking business minded, again, it's school time, right? School has started. In case you guys don't know, most schools started either the beginning of this month, which means 4 weeks ago, or in most like southern states, like we started almost 2 months ago. So basically a lot of people, like I've already gotten the swim coach that I usually get that big order from, like $2 or $3 grand. She's reached out to me. And then, so that's where I'm trying to get to you guys to remind you, reach out to local schools, start dropping stuff off. Christmas orders, they're ordering in the next 30 days. So make an ornament like I did before. You guys who have been here, get those samples ready, take them somewhere, say hi. If you want to know who to reach out to, feel free to message me. I can probably try to help you guys out.
You could do, more than that. You can actually schedule time with Matt.
That's right. Yeah, you can. I totally forgot about that. Yes, I remembered that, and this was a expert way to guide you to it. No, but yeah, if you want to, you can totally sit down. We can schedule out like an approach method of how to meet these people. We can craft you an email. You can pretty much use some of the things I've got. But basically, this is how you fund the purchase for one of those F-tool, like an F1. If you're looking to buy one of those old
F-tool,
your next tool.
I got an F-tool right here for you.
You worked 12 hours and now you're here and you're tired. But by the way, today is Evelyn's 10th birthday, so we had a birthday party. I'm just ready to croak. But yeah, so you can buy like an F1, you can get one of those X tools, and that's the kind of thing you could actually take to an event at a school if they're having some kind of a thing, because it's got the nice safety guard. There's so many things to think about, but long story short, now is the time to be doing those things. Alex and I made a video for one of the
we did. No, it's
trainings
a good video.
That we're going. It was a good video. The tent pole.
I'll find
events. Yeah. And so long story short, definitely be thinking about that kind of stuff now, because especially with Amazon Prime Day, I'm sure that next week we'll probably have like our things you should buy, list ready to go. So definitely be thinking about that. Pull the trigger, man. If you can get an order placed in the next few days, then you can literally pay off the laser. That's how I got the UV laser. It was halfway paid off by the time it landed. So just a heads up, be thinking about that kind of stuff now.
I don't think that I actually used the word tent poles in the title of that video, which was
I know
It
that's
was
what
like it was.
it actually was.
No, you
Stupid.
use like scheduling or something.
I love this thumbnail of me on my birthday with the party hat.
I just saw the thumbnail of you like spread eagle on the couch. It's
Hey,
like,
you like that
what?
one? That was
No,
a
I do
classic.
not. I threw up a little
It
bit.
is a classic. Look how nice all these thumbnails look for the Ultimate Guide now. I'm really happy with those.
Looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it does. I really want to find this episode because that's super
You
relevant
keep
to
doing
what
your
you're
thing,
saying.
and I'll find it, and I'll have
Oh, here, this one. I think
Okay.
this is it. Use this free tool. Here we go.
Hey, that's
Oh,
us.
There's Matt. Yep, there's us. Use this free tool to plan your success around holidays. This episode was not supposed to air on the channel. Everybody else that did this event that Matt and I made this video for was like embargoed basically, and like you could only get it through like signing up for
Being a
the event
participant or sitting through it live. Yeah.
or sitting through it live. And I basically told them I can either spend the time you want me to spend on this and post it on my channel, or I can not do the event. And they were like, you can post it.
Wait, I
So-
think they said wait 90 days, and like there you go.
Yeah. And then we waited way longer than that. But this episode is very different from our usual content because it's like super in depth and like really, really, really rich. And it's about a topic
All the-
that we don't talk
All
about
the
a lot
business
here.
tips.
Yeah.
Massive on planning.
It's, man, I spent hours and hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
putting this video together, building spreadsheets that do shit automatically. And really, I mean, it just like does all the heavy lifting for you. So if you are looking for a good way to organize for quarter 4 as it's approaching, I would really recommend you check out this video. Again, it's called Use This Free Tool to Plan Your Success Around Holidays. And if you need stock, that would be a great reason to visit the sponsor of tonight's podcast, Johnson Plastics Plus.
Oh wow.
Yes, Johnson Plastics Plus.
Oh,
They
yeah.
sell everything that you'll need for quarter 4. I'm pretty sure you could do 99% of your online shopping for your quarter 4 sales right on their website. And you don't even have to pay full price. We have a discount code down in the description. It's YLRZDF. It saves you 15% off almost everything in the store. And it helps out the channel too, because they give us that good affiliate income, that good kickback for sending you guys over there. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps support the channel. And we get a small cut of those sales, which lets us keep doing what we love doing. So if you need to stock up, now's the time. I keep warning people too. Sorry, Kyle, I'll let you go in a second. I don't feel like people are taking me seriously. Those ornaments are not going to be in stock in fucking November. They're just not. They're going to be out of stock. I'm talking about those nice glass ones that
Or they're gonna
everybody
cost
wants.
more, by the way.
Or they're going
that's
to
how it
cost
works.
more. Now is the time to buy. If any part of you is even remotely considering buying glass ornaments this year for the holidays, now is the time. So make sure you get that. We've been warning people for months. I feel like we've been pretty good about it. And so I don't feel as bad as I usually do because I don't think about it until December. But we've
By
been
the way,
telling people.
I know we're just like on a business kick. These have been a really big seller for me that I ordered from JP Plus. It's the marble wood coaster hexagons. And they're really nice. And especially, so I have a realtor that I
Are those
bought.
the half and half ones?
Yeah, so these are the marble.
Yeah, those are
and
nice. I like those.
You always make fun because I call it acacia, and you're like, it's acacia.
It is acacia.
Whatever. Anyways, they look like this. They come in a nice box that you can.
Ah, yes, looks like acacia wood.
Yeah. I like to call it acacia, right? Because you don't eat
Not
acacia bread. But anyways, hey, can I get a loaf of acacia? So anyways, these guys are really nice. Long story short, I like these. The realtor that I've done business with, one of the realtors that I've done business with in the past, just wanted like something that's really simple, will look nice. They sell it in black and in white. If you're looking for these, it's MWCH, Marble Wood Coasters Hexagon. That's the title for that. But anyways, you sell these to them. You put their logo on the bottom of it, and you put the person's initial on the top, and that's it. Super easy, super quick. And then the nice thing is, if they sold 20 houses, they just want the same thing so they can send them out and have their secretary wrap them. And that's one more thing you can actually offer too, is gift wrapping the box for them.
Oh
so that way it's ready to go. I wouldn't either, but my wife was like, I'll do it for $5. And I was like, done. And if you can bake that into your price, why not?
Yeah.
I would not do that either, because if anyone's ever seen a gift wrap by me, it looks like someone died and was like, tuck the solution to the riddle into
my gift wrap is literally when in The Fifth Element Bruce Willis pulls the fucking stone out of the inside of that woman. That would be like unwrapping my wrapped gift. Yeah, out of the alien singing opera.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I got that one.
Exactly. Yes, that is my gift.
Does it come with the singing too?
No,
I hope so.
it doesn't.
I was
Kyle,
going
you
to
sounded like you had something to say
say
too before Matt carried on our conversation after I interrupted you.
well, technically I interrupted you, but
let me interrupt you to say that technically I think that Alex interrupted.
Actually,
speaking of Johnson Plastics Plus, they have JPP Fest coming up.
oh yeah, indeed. That's probably good that we talked about
week?
that.
Next
Mhm.
week. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's the 8th.
Quite right. There's I think, do we still have the link in the description? It's not like linked in the description, but it's linked in the link tree in the description. So if you go in the description of the video, click link tree. I did a really long presentation about building communities for your laser engraving business. And it is not from the perspective of a YouTube content creator. It's from the perspective of a business owner. I was really careful about that. And I spent a good chunk of time on that presentation as well. So this is another one of those guys. You use the affiliate link, we get some cash, you get some education, and it works for everybody. I don't think that this presentation will make it to the channel. So if you want to watch this one, that's the place to do it. Jackie asked me very, very nicely, and we're in the business of keeping each other happy with Johnson Plastics Plus. So I agreed, and there it is. So if you want to sign up for JP Plus Fest, do so. There's many, many people that are significantly smarter than I am participating over there. Yes, Matthew.
Okay, thank you. I'm always getting tired. Is it going to be a live event, or is it going to be a pre-recorded?
Not. I mean, at least not me.
Do we have a link for that I can throw in the description?
Again, I think it's in the link tree in the
I'm
description. Yeah. Okay. Good. So you could copy that out, Kyle, if you wanted to. You could copy that link out and dump it in the video. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's absolutely not live. If it was live, I wouldn't have agreed to do it. So because I'd be like, hey, fuckos, listen up. It's time to learn some laser. Put your cocks away and get your lasers out. Just they'd never have me back. So that definitely needs to be pre-recorded for sure.
It's a good thing you didn't just shout it out now.
Oh, well, this is the only place I'm allowed to behave this way. So here I am.
Jeebus crispy. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, indeed. Okay, cool. Johnson Plastics Plus Fest. That was a good one. Good call out. Way to go. Let's see. All right. So here's my thing. You guys have probably noticed the website is doing some shit, and that's because I'm doing some shit on the website. So the first thing you'll notice if you go to makearmy.io, which is where all of our community settings are, projects, all of that kind of stuff, is an auth gate. An auth gate. Why is this here?
Make yourself the big screen.
Thank you. Kyle's on it. The reason this is here is because I got a YouTube comment last week that was like, hey, it'd be really cool if you could like add your laser to like a list of lasers you own so that when you're adding settings, you don't have to fill out the laser part every time. And I was like, that's fucking genius. So I started building that, and then things as they do when I touch website stuff just like got extremely out of control super fast. And part of that was building an auth system so that you could have an account so we could track your rigs, which is what I'm calling them, in the app. And from there, things just kind of like spiraled. And now it's got like kind of an app-based setup. And there's going to be a bunch of things that you can take advantage of that only work if you have an account. So let me just preface this, okay, by saying that we absolutely don't use any tracking cookies. We're not sharing your data with anybody. All of your data stays on your machine unless you intentionally submit something to the server. And finally, you absolutely do not need an email to sign up for this. You can just do a username and password. If you don't put in an email. You can't get your password reset by email, but that's the only downside. You get access to literally everything else. It doesn't ask you for any money. It's just there so that you can actually use things the way I'm trying to intend for them to be used. So with that said, I can add a username here, and an email. We'll just do contact@lasereverything.net, and I will pop a quick password in. Whoop. Well, I'm never going to remember that. There we go. And then we click sign up.
That's okay. You can reset your password.
Yeah, I can. For me, absolutely do not need the email. I can't stress that enough. And then you click sign up, and I'm getting a fucking error. That's great. Well, you guys can't sign up right now. That's a problem. Technical difficulties. This is one of those multicolored things, you know, the little screen. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
And then like dun 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 dun. By the way, we know who to blame. Eli immediately called himself and said, "Ha, that was me that wanted that." So Eli, you broke the website and a man's dreams.
Yep.
So good job, by the way. It doesn't take a lot. So he said, I created an account already to do it, but it didn't look like the rig part was ready. Webmastering.
It's a lot of it is work in progress. So
if you have an account, you can log into it right now. It's only failing to allow you to register for some reason, which I didn't know was a problem until like 2 seconds ago. So I'm gonna need to fix that. I was literally working on this until like a second before the podcast started, and I will be working on it literally all night. Here we go. There you go, guys.
You've given this,
and we were working on it all night last night too.
So real quick, what I would like, I just realized what our next Laser Everything shirt should be. It should be the Laser Everything logo on the chest, and it should just be that on the back that says like technical difficulties.
Like, maybe like Laser Everything on the front, and then on the back it's this, but it says Alex is touching the website.
Yeah, guys, I've almost got it working. That's what it should say.
Who the fuck said it? I think it was Bunny. Bunny Washer in chat said like, oh, you know, a bunch of shit's not working. I know. So when I get to like the next stable release of this, which will be like version 001, I'm going to pull my update path from the server so that you guys are on whatever stable version that is. And I'm going to mirror this, and it's going to be at beta.makearmy.io. So you can try out all the new features and test out all the new fun stuff that's all broken and doesn't work over at beta.makearmy.io. And then the regular one will be like the stable one. I'm going to split that up tonight. So by the end of the night tonight, that should be done. Everything that exists on the site now will either be working or listed as work in progress. And then the actual like development stuff you'll be able to see on beta.makearmy.io, and everything else will be on the main site in like working order, so that when I issue some kind of like breaking update that like destroys a bunch of things, it's only happening on the beta site and not on the main site. So that's the third beta tonight. 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
So I'm doing that split tonight.
Beta packs.
Yeah, and that'll be done tomorrow. The nice thing is anything you do on the beta copy uses the same backend as the regular copy, because the backend is open source software that we employ. I absolutely did not create like my own databasing for this. So if you submit a setting or create an account or add an avatar on the beta site because you want to try out the new features, all of that stuff will carry over to the main site too. That'll also be there and be accessible. It's just the front end that is getting messed with at the moment. So, yeah. Also, you probably have noticed the website going down like regularly. That's because I've been pushing builds to the live site over and over and over and over again, trying to like work out bugs and stuff. That's going to stop too, because again, the main site after today, literally today, we'll only be getting the stable updates, and then everything else will go to beta. So you won't notice the site going up and down and up and down and up and down anymore. It'll just be up.
You pushed it to the limit.
A main update. Do you think I pushed it to the limit? Yeah.
if you rode along the razor's edge, I mean, that's the fastest way that you can win it. So
I know. I'm aware. Yep, that's why I do it.
By the way,
every day.
Bunny Washer came up with the second shirt, and I came up with the third shirt. So we've got Laser Everything chest patch on the back. It should just be that, like, the rounded corners with the TV broken, and it just says Alex is working on it, and then it should have like L and E inside the colors, you know. So that'd be shirt 1. Shirt 2 is just the Kyle painting T-shirt.
Perfect.
Happy little accidents, like with lasers on fire. And
Just
then,
put like a duck on the back with a T-shirt that just has the F-bomb on it.
Yeah. And then I guess for mine, I just put a shirt with me in the word business, and then either that, or you could just say, "Hey, get yourself an F tool."
Get yourself an F tool.
Get yourself an F tool for your business.
Oh my goodness.
We're killing
it. So I'm logged in here. I just want to show you some of the stuff. So the account tab actually works. I'll show you that later. Not tonight, but like at a future time, because this is stuff that I've been working on today, and most of it doesn't work yet. But the new cool thing is rigs. So rigs are really cool. Eventually, you will be able to use these rigs, which are presets of mix and matched components, to pre-fill your laser settings stuff, which is kind of neat. So you can add a rig. So we've got your mom's rig and your mom's other rig. So adding a rig is super easy. We'll click there. We'll put. You like that?
That literally just made me think of all the names I have for my lasers and how fucked up they are.
So there's your mom's favorite rig. If we look at rig types, it's very simple. Just fiber, UV, CO2 galvo, CO2 gantry. Notice if I choose fiber here, okay, and we check out the scan lens, we get things like expanders and apertures, and scan lenses show up with different field sizes and focal distances. If I switch this to CO2 gantry, it automatically gets rid of the aperture and expander for you. So you're only looking at focusing lenses. These are in millimeters in metric, but you just do a simple conversion, 1 inch, right, 2 inch, 4 inch, and so on and so forth. It also changes your available sources. So here you're going to see a bunch of RF and glass CO2 laser tubes. But if we switch back to fiber, you're going to notice that we come up with a bunch of like GZ Techs, Rakuses, and JPTs. Only one sad little Max laser. I need to find out where the rest of the Max laser sources went. But anyway, so the form kind of works with you as you fill it out.
Problem I had yesterday with the JPT stuff.
All right, so we can work that out. Yeah, easy. So you just go ahead and pop in your expander. None of this is required except for the rig type and source. So you can mix and match these as you need to. If you don't know, like your scan lens expander for your fiber laser, that's okay. You don't have to put it in. And then lastly, the software you're working with. So we can pick something like Lightburn and hit notes, and we'll be like, you should see my other rig. And then we can create the rig. And once we create it, it shows up here in the list. Now, right now there's only a delete button, but we'll also have an edit button soon, and then one more that says set as default. And then anytime you come into the laser settings tab and we go to add a setting, your everything from software all the way down to material will be preset for you. So you won't have to mess with any of the specific laser settings. You'll only have to put in the stuff specific to the setting that you're entering, like the material, the coating, or the opacity, so on and so forth.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can you just hit duplicate? And then, like, because if you have like machines that are pretty much the same thing, but maybe just the source is different.
Indeed. Or the lens, I think, is going to be the biggest one, right?
Right.
You've got like one major setup, but a bunch of different lenses. Yeah, duplicate button would be excellent. That would be a really, really good idea. It's a good
You're welcome.
Yep. You'll notice everything else that you're used to seeing in here is still here. So there's the laser source database, the materials database, the projects database is here. You cannot submit projects yet. There will be a second tab. So there will be tabs in here like there is with laser settings. You'll have projects, and then you'll have submit a project. So you'll be able to start submitting projects again through the site. And then both laser settings and projects will have an additional tab called my settings, my projects. and that'll be a list of settings you've submitted or a list of projects you've submitted that you can edit or delete if you want to. So you'll actually be able to go in there and edit existing edit existing projects or settings to improve them if you have an update or whatever. So that's all stuff that I'm like actively working on right now. The utilities bar here is just going to be a tabbed out version of the regular Make Army front end, me.io. So this dash, while I'm proud of building this from scratch, is probably not going to stay. And the stuff in the utilities section is going to just be moved into here in a tabbed version so you can access them all from a single page, which should be a nice upgrade, if nothing else. Kyle, another link that you could drop would be the Git for this for issues, which would be nice to share with people, which I think you have, but I'll go ahead and copy it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and send it over to you really quick, unless you literally have it on hand already.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oop, there you go. So if you guys have issues, I'll add a link to the actual site at some point where you can just click it and get to this page. But up here at the top, there's an issues tab where Kyle is telling me about things that are broken. If more of you than just Kyle wants to tell me about things that are broken, I welcome the feedback. It's very hard to test every single thing on my own. Discord. And a lot of people, maybe don't do, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe don't say it on Discord because it's going to get lost and I'm not going to keep track of it.
You made the chat. I was going to say there's the new chat where basically I've seen a whole bunch of people saying good stuff.
True. That's true. If you want to see people tell me everything is perfect and nothing needs to be fixed, you can go to the Discord here. So if we just come up here, so this is all laser stuff all through here. Don't worry about that. What we're looking at is the Make Army section right here. It has its own separate announcements. So if you don't care about these, you can mute it easy enough. But if you do care about it, you can leave it on. When I issue upgrades or add new features, I will ping people here. We also have a chat and a dev. So if you're interested in either making suggestions or participating in some of the QA, we can chat about that kind of stuff here. And the chat's more just like a general chat. But those channels are available if that's something you'd like to participate in as well. But I'm really excited about the direction this is going in. I know that not everyone is going to like having to auth to get into the app, but I think for the price of like 2 tiny temporary cookies, it will add a lot of really great functionality.
Just tools.
And what?
Said just good tools.
Yeah, it's going to add a lot of functionality. Being able to personalize the way that you interact with the databases will, I think, be good for everybody. So that's what I'm working on. I'm like I said, I'm probably going to be up all night just trying to ship something stable. And then all new releases and developments will be on the beta channel first until I can confirm that they're working. And then they'll be on the main channel after that, as far as the site and development goes. So do we get milk with the 2 cookies? Only if you send toe pics. No toe pics, no milk. Does that mean we're at the end of the show?
I hope so.
You're not the only one.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I think our sponsors, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.toes.
Only toes?
Onlytoes.fan.
That'd be a really weird fan. Anyways, all right.
Facebook.
All right, we just call it a day.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for continuing to support me and my work. Me and my toes. I really appreciate it.
Really helps get everything on the right foot.
I wouldn't be able to do this without you. And I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to continue working on this stuff. Keep an eye out. Only toes. God damn it. I'm excited that we're almost done with the really shitty, boring videos of the Ultimate Laser Processing Guide. So keep an eye out. We're going to be getting to installing Lightburn by early next week. So that'll continue going. I've got some laser review stuff. If I can just carve out the time to sit and work on that for a little bit, I will absolutely have some stuff out for the R1, the R2. I still owe a Loomis review. We have the Pixie that we haven't really taken an in-depth look at. I captured like hours of footage on that laser already, and I haven't actually put anything together for it. So I've got lots of lasers sitting around the shop that I'd love to talk about at some point, and a whole bunch more. Also, Rhiannon's out of the shop for the next 2 weeks. She's in Japan, which is fucking wild. So I'm going slower than usual too. But that's neither here nor there. I'm shutting the show down. Thank you for watching. If you like this show for some weird reason, you can support us over at masters.lasereverything.net. And if you don't want to sign up for my website, then you can go look at other ways you can support us at lasereverything.net/support. Matt, Kyle, you got anything else before we bail?
Yeah. Check out the JPP Fest link in the description. And thanks to JPP for helping out by sponsoring the podcast as always.
Beautiful. Matt, you done?
I mean, pretty much if you are somebody who is looking to develop a business plan as you are heading into the holiday season, or you're trying to find the right laser, all of us can help you do that kind of thing. Feel free to reach out to us on Discord and get our help.
Yep, especially Matt.
Yeah.
Also, Kyle sells infinite patterns on Etsy, and they're dope. And if you haven't looked at that already, that's one of the top links, I think, down in the description too.
Yeah, like Bunny Washer said, I can help you find that domain that you need, like onlytoes.com.
Matt can help you find your F tool.
Yeah, we can get you the F tool